Welcome back to the deep dive. Okay, so we've sifted through a ton of guides, reviews, all that stuff to basically map out the perfect quick trip for you if you're heading to Seoul.
Yeah, we're talking 4 intense days focused on getting you those real cultural hits and, maybe more importantly, the best food. Skipping the usual tourist fluff.
Exactly. We want those aha moments. And we know, especially for maybe millennial Gen Z travelers from the US, it's less about just ticking off sites.
Right. It's more about the fun, the engagement, finding those hidden local spots, the Matjip,
Yeah,
the delicious houses.
totally. So before we jump into palaces and bibimbap, let's get the practical bit out of the way, getting from Incheon Airport.
Okay, yeah. 2 main ways into Seoul Station.
Mm-hmm.
Fastest, that's a AREX, the Airport Railroad Express.
Nonstop.
Nonstop, takes about 45 minutes, costs around 8,001, which is what, maybe $7, $8.
Pretty reasonable for speed and the
Yeah.
alternative.
That's the all-stop train. It's cheaper, closer to 4,251, so like $4.
Mm-hmm.
Takes about an hour, maybe a little more.
And it stops more places.
Yeah, it connects directly to 8 different subway stations in Seoul. So it saves you cash, but adds, maybe 15 minutes and you hit the subway system a bit earlier. Trade-offs.
Got it. Okay, transport sorted. Let's dive into day one. We're thinking history, tradition, centered around Jongno and Guk area.
Perfect starting point. Head straight for Gyeongbokgung Palace. It's the biggest, kind of the main event of the 5 palaces there.
And there's that cool tip about getting in, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. This is a great cultural insight. If you rent and wear a hanbok, the traditional Korean dress, you can rent them easily nearby. You get free admission to the palace.
Wait, seriously? Just for wearing the hanbok?
Yep. It's a deliberate thing by the government.
Yo.
Encourages cultural immersion, national pride. Makes for great photos too, honestly.
That's brilliant. A really smart way to get people involved.
Okay.
So, after the palace.
Right there. So wander through Bukchon Hanek Village. It's this neighborhood with around 400 traditional Korean houses, Hanek.
Just walk around.
Yeah, it's perfect for just a self-guided walk. Lots of little alleys, antique shops, traditional tea houses hidden away. Really atmospheric.
Nice. And maybe a quick stop somewhere else before food.
Yeah, swing by Gwangwamun Square. It's dedicated to King Sejong the Great. He's the one who invented the Korean alphabet. Hangul. It kind of ties the history together nicely.
Okay, essential context. Then dinner time. We need to cover the absolute must-try Korean dishes.
For sure. Let's hit the big 4. First, kimchi. Everyone knows it, but remember, it's not just pickled cabbage. It's fermented, packed with probiotics, like the original superfood.
I know, so many varieties.
Right, it's everywhere and in everything. Next.
Bibimbap, the mixed rice bowl. You get rice, veggies, maybe some meat or octopus, that essential red chili paste, gochujang, often a fried egg on top.
And you mix it all together at the table.
Exactly. If you want the benchmark version, look for the Jeonju style. Places like Grandma Yu's bibimbap are famous for it.
Okay, Jeonju style bibimbap. Noted. Number 3.
Has to be gogi gui, Korean BBQ.
Yes. What should people look for? Well, the popular ones are bulgogi, which is thinly sliced marinated beef or pork, and galbi. Those are the thicker marinated ribs.
And pricing, I saw around 30,001 per dish mentioned.
Yeah, around $25 maybe.
Right.
And you got to understand, in Seoul, a simple lunch might be $6. So 30,001 signals this is premium, high-quality meat. It's a treat.
Sets the expectation. Okay, and if someone wants a specific recommendation right there in Enguk for traditional vibes.
Check out Cheonappossum. They're known for their bossum.
Bossum.
Mm.
What exactly is that?
It's boiled pork belly, usually super tender, almost melts in your mouth. Served with side dishes like spicy radish salad, maybe some salted cabbage leaves used to wrap the pork in. It's really traditional, great for sharing.
Sounds amazing. Okay, day 1 is packed. Let's move to day 2. Getting a bit more modern. Hipster circuit, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. We're shifting gears to areas like Hongdae, think artsy, young, music scene, and Itaewon, which is super international. It's actually a designated special tourism district.
Okay, lunch focus for day 2.
Let's talk noodles. Comfort food central. Sources mentioned Hongdoba Jira kalguksu. They do a clam kalguksu.
Noodle soup with clam.
Yeah, handmade noodles. And the broth is supposed to be really mild and comforting. What's interesting is the K-pop connection.
Ah, how so?
Apparently, it's recommended by idols, like from LAVE.
Yeah.
And, once an idol recommends a place.
It instantly becomes a hotspot, right? Especially for younger, social media savvy visitors.
Exactly. It shows how people find places now. And speaking of modern tastes, We should definitely cover the vegan scene. It's not just side dishes anymore.
Oh, for sure. Seoul's really stepped up its game there.
Totally. You can even get the classic Chimek experience that's chicken and beer, but fully vegan.
No way.
There's a place called Vampire's Chicken in Gangnam.
Yeah.
They use seitan, which is wheat gluten, to make this fried chicken that apparently has a really convincing texture. And they do Korean flavors like green onion, mustard.
Wow. Okay, so vegans don't miss out on kamek. What about something more high-end?
Check out Jum 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 Jum. Yeah, 6 Jums in Mapo. It's described as eco-friendly vegan fine dining.
Fine dining.
Yeah, like a 6-course set menu for around 30,000 won. They do creative stuff like tomato tofu rolled rice. And get this, a doenjang vegan cheesecake.
Cheesecake made with fermented soybean paste.
Apparently. Shows they're really pushing boundaries, you know. It's not just imitation meat.
Definitely sounds creative. Any more casual vegan spots?
Yeah, Plantude. It's a concept by Pulmuon, which is a huge Korean food company. They have spots near Yongsan and Coex Mall.
What kind of food?
Bit of both. Korean stuff like vegan bibimbap with tofu, but also Western dishes, like a creamy pasta made with macadamia nuts. Pretty accessible.
Good options. Okay, so after exploring Hongdae or maybe grabbing some vegan food, evening plans point towards Itaewon.
Makes sense. Itaewon's known for its international food variety, French, Mexican, Thai, Indian, you name it.
Any specific recommendations there?
Well, if you're craving Mexican, Taco Chili Chili comes up. It's Mexican food kind of tailored for Korean tastes, and they have veggie taco options too.
Good to know. And for drinks, maybe soup in the atmosphere.
Try Sokoma. It's a pub in Itaewon, apparently near where some scenes from the drama Itaewon Class were filmed. Known for K-pop music and some fusion food, like a tteokgalbi kimchi tomato stew.
Sounds like a vibe. Okay, that's day 2 covered. On to day 3. Sounds like we're going upscale. Gangnam and Seongsu.
Yeah, time for gourmet experiences, maybe some luxury modern trends. Think high-end shopping, cool cafes.
Where to start?
Maybe check out the Starfield CoAX Mall. It's huge, has an aquarium, but the big draw is the Starfield Library. Massive bookshelves, like 13 meters tall, very Instagrammable.
Ah, the library everyone takes pictures of.
That's the one. Then maybe head over to Seongsu. It's this really trendy area, sometimes called the Brooklyn of Seoul. Lots of old warehouses turned into cool restaurants and cafes.
Right, got that industrial chic thing going on. Okay, dinner on day 3. Sounds like it's time for the big guns of Korean fine dining.
Absolutely. We have to talk about Mingles. It's consistently rated as one of the top restaurants, really leading the charge in modern Korean cuisine.
A real destination restaurant. What's the one thing people always mention?
The Jang Trio dessert. It's become iconic.
Why is a dessert so important?
Because it uses the 3 core Korean fermented soybean pastes, gochujang, chili paste, doenjang, the soybean paste, and gunjang, soy sauce. These are the absolute foundation of Korean flavor.
So they turned these savory staples into a dessert.
Exactly. It's symbolic. It connects Korea's deep culinary history, especially fermentation, with super modern global techniques. It's like a statement piece on what modern Korean food is all about.
Wow. That's really thoughtful cooking. Okay, setting the bar high. Any other interesting concepts?
Definitely check out on 6.5. It's a wine bar, but also a kimchi dining spot.
Kimchi dining.
Yeah, 6.5 refers to 6.5 degrees Celsius, which they say is the perfect temperature for maturing kimchi. And almost every single dish incorporates kimchi in some creative way.
That sounds intense. Does it work?
Apparently, yes. They do things like uni seaweed noodle soup with kimchi, even kimchi tempura. There's a rule, though. You have to order at least 1 bottle of wine per table.
Ah, okay. What if you don't drink alcohol?
They apparently have really good non-alcoholic wine options. The sources mentioned a Sin Zero Cabernet Sauvignon that people rave about, saying it actually has complexity, like real wine.
Good to know. So with all this fancy modern stuff like Mingles and on a 6.5, is Korean food losing its roots or just evolving?
Definitely evolving
Oh.
and getting recognition for it. The 2025 Blue Ribbon Survey, which is like Korea's own big domestic food guide.
Kind of like their Michelin or Zagat?
Sort of, yeah.
Huh.
Very comprehensive. Anyway, they just awarded 3 ribbons their top honor to 6 places in Seoul, including spots like Me Too, which does Japanese food with Korean twists, and Seoul Bomb, which is contemporary Korean. So the quality and innovation are definitely there.
Okay, so the high-end scene is thriving, but we can't forget dessert. Seoul is huge for trends, right?
Oh, massive. For a current, 2024 mega trend, you need to find Yoshang. It's all about customizable yogurt ice cream.
Yogurt ice cream, like frozen yogurt.
Kind of, but the customization is key. It's huge on social media. People, including K-pop fans, create and share their specific topping combinations, sometimes named after idols.
That's wild. So it's as much about the social sharing as the dessert itself.
Totally. And another one getting buzz, especially with celebrities, is Queensberry Donut House.
Oh, nuts.
Yeah, but they're Australian-style cake donuts, apparently very dense, moist. The classic cinnamon flavor is the one everyone talks about.
Okay, adding that to the list. Right, final day, day 4. This is less about a specific place, more about strategy, right? How do you
Right.
find the really good stuff?
Exactly. This is the key takeaway. How do you avoid the tourist traps, the places that look great on Instagram, but the food is just, meh?
The Insta-worthy but mediocre trap happens everywhere.
It does. So the tactic is you got to use the local map apps. Don't just rely on Google Maps. You need Kakao Map or Never Map. Use them together.
Okay, download Kakao Map and Never Map. Then what?
Look for the magic combo. A high rating, say 4.3 stars or higher, plus a high volume of reviews, like hundreds, 200, 300, ideally more visitor reviews.
Volume is key.
Volume is crucial. Lots of genuine reviews mean locals actually go there and like it consistently. Be careful on Never.
Yeah. What's the red flag there?
If you see a place with tons of blog reviews but hardly any visitor reviews, be skeptical. That can sometimes mean it's more about paid promotion than real popularity. Trust the visitor count.
Okay, high rating plus high volume of visitor reviews on Kakao or Naver. Solid advice. Any language tips for searching?
Yes, use a translation app like Papago or Google Translate. Get the specific Korean name for the dish you want, like type in pork belly BBQ, and get samgyeopsal. Then search for samgyeopsal directly in Kakao Map or Naver Map. You'll get much better, more specific results.
That's super practical. Okay, any last treat before heading back to Incheon?
Well, it's not Korean, but those Hokkaido baked cheese tarts you find in department store food courts. Dangerously addictive. Grab one if you see them.
Hokkaido baked cheese tart. Got it. And then back to the airport, same options. ARX for speed, all stop for cost.
Pretty much. Just reverse the journey.
Wow. Okay, so we've covered a lot in this 4-day sprint. From, like, palaces encouraging traditional dress to the philosophy behind super high-end modern Korean food.
To really specific vegan spots, fusion pubs, dessert trends, and crucially, how to actually find the authentic local gems using their own tools.
What really stands out from the sources, though, is how travel itself is changing.
Oh, absolutely. It's clear that travelers now, especially younger ones, are leaning heavily on social media, Facebook, YouTube, Insta, TikTok, for their travel info. It's less about guidebooks, more about what they see online.
And they're seeking experiences, right?
Yeah.
Fun, cultural engagement, not just passive sightseeing.
Definitely. The old model of purely educational travel seems less dominant now, at least for certain demographics. It's about doing, tasting, feeling involved.
Which brings us to a final thought, maybe for you listening.
Yeah. Knowing that so much is driven by social media buzz and this desire for experiences, how can you use those local digital tactics we talked about, prioritizing review volume on Kakao Map over just pretty pictures to cut through the hype?
How do you make sure your next meal in Seoul is genuinely amazing, not just Insta-famous?
Something to think about. How do you become that savvy traveler finding the real Matjip?
That's a great question to ponder. Until our next deep dive, keep digging.